Good morning, 7:18 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on this Wednesday, May 22nd, 2024. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and I reside in the great state of Michigan. So, a few things to talk about. We had XRP whales supposedly acquire over 300 million XRP, so we will definitely go over some reading with that. But this is over the past couple of days. So we're going to look to see exactly what the whales are thinking, because that could, in fact, give us the positioning for the next move up. As we've had a few things that have moved a little bit. We had Gala up 14.9%. We've got, that's about it for the major moves. We've got, just from what I've seen, it's basically Gala. There's the People token that's up like 30-something%, very volatile. But other than that, I'm seeing a lot of red, but I think we're leading into something that may not be so red. I mean, we're still pushing that 53.7 cent mark, which is where I'd like to see us push past above, as that's a major pivot point. We've got Bitcoin retaking 70K before last night on the close. So that was somewhat of a bullish proposition, as Bitcoin, despite going all the way down to 69,100 yesterday, and managed a reverse course of over 1,000 points during the trading day. So it did manage to pare a lot of the losses. Yes, we're not up near 72K right now, but the point is we were able to close over 70,000, and now Bitcoin does seem to have a little bit of momentum here, so we'll take a look at it more closely on the charts. You've got the XRP Bitcoin pairing down about 0.39% at the 763 sat level. I bought another $150 yesterday worth, and right now I'm up 0.75%. It's not much, but it's up 0.75%. And I've got about $4,300. I've got $4,300 into this pairing right now, and I'm just waiting for that volatility to move to the upside. It's been in a nice descending consolidation, and I anticipate here at some point a nice rally. We've got XDC up 1.76% back to the 366 level. So we'll get into this very hot and heavy. Please make sure to hit that like button so that YouTube will recommend this update. By you hitting that like button, YouTube will recommend this video. It'll pop up in the YouTube newsfeed while you're searching through YouTube. We'll become part of the algorithm and the recommendations, and it'll allow more people to reach our community. If you do appreciate what I do, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join the over 21,600 subscribers. And other than that, I will give you a few seconds to hit that like button, as I will play the official intro. I already did the timestamp, but I'm going to play the intro. So make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this video, and I'll catch you on the other side of the intro. Okay, welcome back everybody. So let's get into a deeper look at the charts here. As I had to put this update out, I got to do this in a relatively quick fashion. I'll still do the 20 minutes, but it's going to be out before 8 o'clock. My son's got his pediatrician appointment here at 8:30 a.m. in just about an hour. You know, the checkup after being admitted in the hospital for 4 days, standard operating procedure. He won't like it, but we'll get in and out, do what we got to do, and be back home before he knows it. So there is value in getting the appointment first thing in the morning and being one of the first appointments, or maybe even the first appointment. So with XRP, we're down 0.5% right now, sitting at the 53.46 level. We currently do look like we have a reversal candle here, which is fantastic to see. We bounced off the golden cross, 20-day moving average, but we bounced off of, we made a golden cross, the 20 moving through the 200. The further confirmation of a golden cross, some people like to use the 50 through the 200, but the first sign of a golden cross, the first official measurement, is the 20 crossing the 200. That signals a short-term trend reversal, and this 4-hourly candle is actually really nice to see here, as there's still 36 minutes left in this candle. We would like to have it engulfing, so if we could work our way back up to 53.70, I don't know if it's going to be able to do it in this candle, but it is attempting a reversal. Whether or not it can happen, only time will tell. We'll know a lot more in about 37 minutes at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, as this daily candle, or this 4-hourly candle closes at 8 a.m. But as we know, a lot of times you get a little bit of volatility as the trading day opens in the USA, especially for the Eastern Standard Time Zone. So normally between 7 and 9 a.m. is when you get your little consolidation. We had our big consolidation, as it turns out, overnight at around 12 a.m. to 2 a.m. We consolidated down anywhere from 528 to 529, and then we were able to push back up. We're still in a very favorable position when you come to the cup and handle formation, which to me it's everything. If you can maintain this structure, it's actually riding out exactly like I predicted with that inverse head and shoulders. And now this next layer, it even consolidated perfectly like I anticipated. And now the final layer should be up to that 57 cent. And then it can decide. It's not the technical last layer of this entire pattern, but in terms of, it is the last layer before I move to 64 cents. And that would be back up to the cup and handle resistance way up here. It's actually about 60... If we look at it in today's terms, it's about 69 cents now. Wow. And honestly, my whole theory, I targeted right here for a reason, because that's about the 70 percentile for the consolidation. It's about 117, 118 now. Let's get it right at the top. 117.90. So that's a very big breakout if in fact this could play true. But obviously we have this very big layer that we have to get past, which is that 57.4 cents roughly. Let's see where it's at today. I mean, it's playing out exactly like we expected if this was an inverse head and shoulders. It's even got the consolidation today. This is honestly exactly what I was hoping for when I was watching this formation. And if you were going to take a trade today, and I'm just telling you straight up, if you're taking a trade today, you'd be bouncing off of this W reversal pattern, or at least the illusion of the W reversal. So you'd have to put your stop loss between 52.77 cents, I would say, just to be safe. That's about a 1 point, and this is very small, very small. This is a 1.27% drop, which means on a 10x trade, that's a 12% risk. On a 20% trade, you're talking 20x trade, it's a 25% risk. So if you're trading this and you want to trade on 20x leverage, well, you have to play the percentages here. And if you're expecting it to bounce out of here, you would need it to hold this layer right here. So if you're doing it on 500 bucks, which might be a better trade instead of 1,000 here, because there's a lot more volatility risk, you know, a $500 trade, it's about $100 risk, roughly. Or what is it? About 100, 125 bucks. But the reward, if this does bounce off of this, and this has hit the floor already, the reward would be, if in fact you can front run this, the reward is a 6.8% pump, which means on a 10x trade, that's 68%. On a 20x trade, which we were just talking about, that's about 100 and, we'll just call it 122% or 120%. You know, so on a $500 trade, you're talking $600 plus a profit. But that's if it were to maintain. And right now there's real speculation of whether or not this is a reversal candle at the heart, or should I say if this can hold, because we are signaling a possible reversal here. So there's something to be said here. Now, one thing that I like to look at when we start to get into these moments, I like to look at to see what the whales are doing. So the fact that the price is suggesting a possible appreciation of 57.4, or even 60, what is that, 69 cents possibly, if it were to work its way all the way up, we need to see what the broader XRP whales are doing. Now, if they're accumulating and they're getting ready for something, well, there's a possibility. But right now, we're in that in-between moment. So it's a good time to do this update. We're not going to have much price fluctuation here in the next 33 minutes. And we've got about 11 minutes left of this update. So I would implore you to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this update, as many people need to see this, as I give the truth. I don't give FUD, and I tell you the actual numbers, even if it's underwhelming. I just tell you where I think it's going to go based on the technical analysis and the news alike. If you do want to trade XRP and you're in the USA or abroad, video description below and or pinned comments. There's BITUNIX, lowest spot and leverage trading fees in the USA. They have a lot of liquidity, and you don't need to use a KYC unless you're transferring from bank account to bank account or depositing from a bank account. And they make it very easy because if you're swing trading, the fees are so low that you're not going to get caught off guard with a 5 to 7% on an in and out fee, like Uphold and some of the others. So take solace in that. If you're looking for the XRP Bitcoin pairing, that's on MEXC. That's also in the video description below and or pinned comments. So take advantage of that if you're outside the USA. New users in the USA aren't welcome there. So, and then if you appreciate what I do, make sure to hit that like button so YouTube recommends this. And consider joining Tom's Army. In month 1, you get the emoji badge of me being abducted by aliens. My face is superimposed on that emoji badge. And then consider sending 1 YouTube super chat per month if you do appreciate the time. So let's finish with this reading, and then we'll take a closer look at some of the charts. XRP whales acquire 300 million tokens as altcoin joins rally. What do they know? XRP bulls are starting to accumulate XRP. So this is interesting. This is a very interesting dynamic here that we're going to want to see and continue watching. So XRP surged 6% as whales accumulated. Market sentiment was pointed towards greed at press time. For much of May, Ripple's XRP performance could best be described as underwhelming, struggling to push past key support levels. Yet the past 24 hours have painted a different picture thanks to the overall market sentiment. XRP has surged by a remarkable 6%, suggesting that a revival might be in the cards. But the real action comes from the big movers in XRP market. It's whales. Whale trigger the price surges. Whale trigger the price surge. Typically, XRP whales are one of the most active in the entire market, but the token hardly ever budges due to their actions. One transaction that caught the eye was a whopping 250 million XRP valued at over 135.7 million from CoinCheck to an unknown wallet. Another 33 million XRP worth, 17 million was transferred to Bitstamp in exchange with ties to Ripple. Then another 50 million coins worth 27 million were sent from Ripple itself to an unknown wallet. All these transactions happened on the 20th of May. The timing of these whale activities isn't what triggered XRP's gain, though. With Bitcoin's recent climb past the $70,000 mark and Ethereum crossing 3,500, which actually hit 3,800, the leading cryptocurrencies have injected a dose of bullish sentiment across the board. The crypto market often echoes Bitcoin and Ethereum's performance. The question now is whether XRP's uptick is a temporary blip or the start of a sustained rally. XRP's Fear and Greed Index was at 63% greed at press time, which is a strong bullish sentiment. CoinGlass data shows that the trading volume for XRP has surged by 113.84%. Open interest is up by 12.64%, standing at 646.3 million, which means traders are preparing for a rally. The data suggests a bullish sentiment among traders, particularly top traders on Binance, which could indicate a positive outlook for XRP's price in the short term. The XRP USDT chart shows that XRP has experienced notable volatility within the last month, with the range mainly between 48 and 56 cents. Recently, XRP made a notable climb, reaching a peak close to the upper side of this range at around 54.36 cents. The price movement showed strong buying interest near the lower end of the range, with consistent recovery after dips below 50 cents. Looking forward, if XRP can sustain above 55 cents, it might challenge resistance at 60 cents. A successful break above that, the coin could take all the way to the 80 cent level, which would be absolutely spectacular. But this remains to be seen if in fact we can go this route. So we'll just pay attention in the next couple days to see what happens. But it's always important to see what the whales are doing right now. We're in a bit of volatility here as XRP is struggling with the 4-hour reversal candle, kind of pushing it down to the bottom side, which if it does finish like this would be engulfing to the downside, and this wouldn't exactly be the greatest reversal candle. But only time will tell, and we're going to have to watch this to see if this plays out. Other than that, we're watching, as we know, the 53.7 cent level, and we will know. And we'll know if this pattern breaks down at 52.68 cents gives way. That's the 200-day and the 4-hourly. But if we are on a reversal candle, it does seem to make the most sense to not invalidate this current consolidation. But we could see a drop down to 53.18 cents, even if this is still bullish. But we have a bearish cross in the 30. So we do have conflicting short-term technical indicators according to the exponential moving averages in relation to the 4-hourly. There's a little bit of conflict here as we have a bearish cross in the 30-minute, but a golden cross in the 4-hourly. Oftentimes the longer patterns or the longer time frames will play out, but we also have to be cautiously aware that this could be the start of a short-term flip. So let's just pay attention to that. Let's move on to the rest of the TA. XRP Bitcoin pairing. It's hitting its resistance levels as we did pop up from all the way down at the 748 sat level roughly on the 20th, or early on the 21st, late 20th. We're down to the 749 sat level. Right now we're at 762. We need to push past this downtrending resistance on this descending triangle. It does look like we're trying to play off an inverse head and shoulders, but now we need to play off of this and not have a double top up there. So we did have some nice move. A nice move. We created that nice downtrending resistance, and we did move in a matter of a day. We were up about 6%, consolidated now back to only up about 1.78%. So there's been a nice consolidation, and to me, this is still very undervalued. It's a nice one to build into as it's happening. Yes, there's no guarantee it could fall flat on everybody, but right now I'm up like, well, barely 0.75%. But I'm just sitting back. I'm buying every single day very consistently until we do have that moment of truth where we do break out. XRP market cap down 200 million at 29.49 billion. And this is honestly playing out pretty straightforward. We would expect a move at some point up to 31.2 billion, but that is hindered on the fact that this 4-hourly plays out in the golden cross and that we don't lose this area. Otherwise, if this were to fall through, then you'd expect an uptrending support retest at 27.7. But it looks like in current conditions that we should come up here, even if bearish, at some point and try to retest 31.2 billion. So that's what I'm looking forward to. We obviously know the breakdown numbers if it does break down, but I'm being positive. Positivity over negativity. And if it breaks down, we know where it's going and we'll deal with it as such. Bitcoin, as we've only got about 3 minutes left in this update, Bitcoin is trying to put in a little reversal as well. In the 4-hourly, it looks like a little bit of a bull flag is forming. Right now, if you're in a trade, you wouldn't want to hold it past 69,100 if it were to break those support levels. So it's a very small trade setup right now as far as risk reward, because if it breaks through that 69,100, then it's likely going to come back and retest that 64,900. So you just have to be aware. But if it breaks up, if this bull flag were to break up, and this is a nice defined bull flag here, we'll just do some quick TA to see where it would end up just from the area it's in. So let's just say this is the floor and we're bouncing off of this area because that's how we're looking at it. Then you could look at an expected estimated move to 74,634. If it breaks down, expect to move back down to 64,600 area. So that's your differential with Bitcoin. If it's going to hold, you're going to break off of this 20-day area and then you're going to push up. If it's not meant to break up, then you're going to come back down and retest that pattern breakout. And it would be very telling if this 20-day gives way and then obviously you break through here and then it falls right through 68,600. That would be your key confirmation that we should be coming back down to retest this area down here, as I've stated. That's 64,900. But as of right now, if this stays bullish and it plays true, the technical target after this push up and consolidation should get you around 74,600. But that's if it plays true. There is no guarantee that it'll play true. So yeah, so that's my update this morning. I hope it found you well. I have to go get my son to the pediatrician here in under an hour, so we got to leave the house in about 23 minutes. So I've got to get this update uploaded because it does take time for YouTube to update my content and upload it. So I got to wait for the process to play out. But I do thank everybody. Have a beautiful morning. As it's already hot and humid here, it's almost 80 degrees already, and it's only 7:30. It does look like some storms could be moving in, so this is going to make it an interesting morning. Hopefully it waits the storm until we get out of the hospital, or out of the doctor's appointment. And then I'll see everybody for the noon update as I do a short every day around noon. A 1-minute TA so that we can get the market fundamentals, or the fundamentals of XRP. I do it in a very quick fashion so that everybody can hear it even if they're busy. And then tonight around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it might even be 5:30, anywhere between 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to do the live, and we do it for just over 60 minutes. Yesterday we had about 85 people in, which is a beautiful thing to see, even in a market that's really struggling right now in terms of XRP. But I believe it's times like this where if we put in our due diligence, This is where we end up making the most bank, and this is where all of that support, all of the time that we put in for commitment, and all of the consistency will breed the proper response by us, because we're going to be in the loop day after day. Have a blessed morning, everybody. Don't forget to give thanks to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And if you made it till the end, hashtag be better, do better in the comments.